I'd like to introduce Jodie Baulkham, who is a licensed educator, certified life and grief coach, speaker and best-selling author of Choosing My Tomorrow, Surviving Murder, Navigating Mental Health, and Harnessing the Power of Choice. She specializes in grief coaching, resilience training, and leadership development, drawing from her personal experience as a first responder spouse and widow. Jodie has developed online courses to support those moving through grief and offers personal coaching to empower individuals to carry the weight of grief, build resilience, and live life beyond loss. Her work supports first responders, their families, and anyone navigating the complex journey of grief and mental health. Dear friend, first, I want to acknowledge the truth that there is no part of what you're going through that feels fair or easy. The disbelief, the shock, the longing for things to be different, the unanswered questions, the anger and confusion, the exhaustion, the deep heartache, it's all real and it's all part of this journey you didn't choose. Yes, there may be moments when joy finds its way in, a smile, a memory, a bit of relief, and those moments matter. Hold them gently when they come, but finding those moments doesn't erase the fact that your life has been forever altered. You could have been prepared for the way loss changes not only your world, but also how you see yourself. I know your world feels unrecognizable right now. The pain, confusion, and emptiness are real. But let me remind you, so is your strength, even if you can't feel it yet. One of the most important first steps is to allow yourself to feel what you feel when it comes. Every emotion, no matter how big, messy, or unexpected, is a part of the healing process. Pushing feelings away only makes them harder to carry in the long run. You can learn to live with your grief. It will not look exactly like it does for everyone else, but I believe with my whole heart that you will find your way. Grief is unpredictable. It's like the ocean, sometimes still, sometimes crashing in with a force you can't anticipate. It doesn't follow rules, and it rarely shows up when you expect it. And when it hits, it can cloud your thoughts, shake your confidence, and leave you questioning yourself. This is all a normal part of grief. It doesn't make you weak or wrong. I want to share what this looked like for me, because sometimes another person's picture of grief can make our own feel less isolating. When mired in the early stages, it was like I was barely treading water in an ocean of grief. My feet couldn't touch the ocean floor, and my arms and legs were exhausted from supporting my struggle. Often, my head would dip below the waterline where it felt like I was drowning. A break in the heavy waves would allow a brief moment for me to catch a small breath of air before the next wave overtook me. The lifeguard could throw the life ring within an arm's length of me, but I did not have the strength to reach for it. I remember when the undertow carried me out so far in the water that I could barely see the shore or the life ring bobbing beside me. I'd hear voices far off in the distance. When the winds shifted just slightly, the voice would get louder. It was a bright, light voice that said, "Mama," and gave me strength to grab onto the life ring. Holding tightly, I allowed myself to be pulled back to the shore. The waves were still relentless, but the pull of the life ring was ever present. Soon, I was able to feel the ocean bottom, a mixture of soft sand and hard shells on the soles of my feet. After having been in the water so long, My fish was tender. I knew I could easily get injured. I was careful with each step and used the support of the life ring to help stabilize me. The weight and the power of the waves began to dissipate. As I made each step forward through the water, and more of my body began to feel the sun on my skin, I felt a feeling of safety returning. I was more confident, more stable with each step I took. When the water was just above knee level, I let go of the life ring. I was close enough to the shore to see the people who had been working together to pull me in. I saw my mom, dad and sisters. My northern friends from Yellowknife and Hay River were near the front of the line. Behind them was an army of people I didn't know. They had come to lend support to those who were supporting me. My Ottawa girlfriends were standing in a line together, gripping the rope tightly. They had been pulling on the rope even when I'd let it go. I continued to wade through the waters towards the shore. I could see Alexis happily playing at the edge of the water. She was trying not to get her feet wet. She was content to build sandcastles and find shells along the shoreline. At this point, I had the strength and curiosity to look behind me towards the horizon. I could see others in the ocean of grief, all at different depths and distances from shore. Some were holding life rings, others had not been able to reach theirs just yet. I could take a few moments to raise my face up towards the sun and feel the warmth in my face. I inhaled deeply, filling my lungs with air. It was as if I hadn't been able to do that forever. I held my breath for a few moments. When I exhaled, I let go of the feeling that I needed to rescue the others. They were each on their own journey. I was hoping that they saw me grab the life ring and watched as I made my way back to shore. With the help of others, they could escape the wrath of the waves and reach calmer waters. My feet and legs were still wet, but the weight of the water was gone. As I stood in the shin-deep water looking out at the others floating in the ocean of grief, I felt a warm hand take mine. Brent had waded into the shallow waters to meet me. His presence was enough to make me turn around and face the shore. Hand in hand, we watched Alexis playing on the beach, her feet still dry. We walked together towards her. There would be times when I returned to Grief Beach. Sometimes when the winds were high, the waves splashed water on my feet. Other times I felt the need to wade ankle deep. Other times I'd sit down on the sand and watch the waves roll in. When I visit this beach on the edge of the ocean of grief, this is how I watch the water, from a place of dry ground, with greater clarity and awe. The wind is not as strong as years ago, and the waters are moving more gently. The ocean will always be in motion, but sitting quietly on the sand, I don't feel it. I can watch it from a distance and find peace. This was my lived experience. Yours may look and feel entirely different, but no matter what form it takes, you are not alone in navigating it. There is no right way to grieve. It's as individual as a fingerprint. Some people need connection, while others seek solitude. Some feel their grief soften with time. Others carry it in a quieter way for years. However it unfolds for you, your way is valid. I have learned that every emotion, anger, sadness, guilt, confusion, has its place in healing. Give yourself permission to feel them without judgment. Take care of yourself in ways that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Whether that's talking to someone you trust, seeking professional help, sitting quietly in nature, journaling, or simply resting when you need to. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. You do not have to do this alone. Lean on the people who can hold space for you without trying to fix or rush you. Sharing memories, your tears, and your moments of light with those who understand can be a lifeline. I see you. I believe in your ability to navigate this, even on the days when you don't believe in yourself. And I will hold on to hope for you until you can hold it for yourself again. With compassion and faith in your strength. Jodie.